Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, May the 25th. Here in the United States where I live, this is Memorial Day. And I want to start today with a word of remembrance and thanks for those who have served our nation and also for those who've served all nations. Learn talking to vets how important it is to remember not only those who served our nation, but those who served other nations. Talked to more than a few vets who've actually gone back and met people who they were fighting against in years later. Vets who said what it meant to meet that other person as a human being and to understand who they were and to offer a word of encouragement and forgiveness one to another as soldiers years later. I also want to remember today who we are as God's people. So today's Memorial Day, and there's a lot of remembering. But I also want to encourage you as you remember to remember what God is up to with us right now. And the words I'm going to share today are from Hebrews 12. It's right at the end of the chapter. It says, "Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us give thanks by which we offer to God an acceptable worship with reverence and awe. For indeed our God is a consuming fire." So then Eugene Peterson wrote in the Message a translation of these same verses. He said, "Don't you see what we've got? An unshakable kingdom. And do you see how thankful we must be? Not only thankful, but brimming with worship and deeply reverent before God. For God is not an indifferent bystander. He's actively cleaning house, torching all that needs to be burned, and he won't quit until it's all cleansed. God himself is fire." An unshakable kingdom. That's the promise of what we receive through faith in Jesus Christ. We receive our place in a kingdom that cannot be shaken. There's so many things in the world right now that we know personally can be shaken. So much worry, so much fear, so much anxiety. And today, as we as a nation come to Memorial Day, a day that we are remembering differently this year and commemorating differently this year, without large gatherings at cemeteries, without a band playing taps, without that memory today, we still remember. We still remember who we are as God's people. We still remember who we are as citizens in nations, as people placed on this earth, called by God to do good. And we remember this promise that in Jesus we receive something that can't be shaken, something that can never be taken away from us, a place in a forever kingdom, the kingdom of God that does not end. So no matter what your circumstances are today, I encourage you, please keep on remembering and keep on trusting and keep on believing. Also keep on praying. Praying for God's wisdom as we step into the days ahead. Wisdom to care for our families and our neighbors as much as ourselves. Wisdom that we might dedicate our lives to God and to God's service. Wisdom that we might remember those who have given so much to us, parents, grandparents, those who served our nation and other nations. And think of all the new ways that we might be called to serve today. I encourage you, if you can, to reach out to other people. One of the things I've come to believe in this day of COVID-19 is that there are a lot of people dealing with loneliness and sadness, a lot of people uncertain about what is next. And I encourage you, if you have an opportunity, reach out. A phone call, a card, a letter, anything you can do to let other people know that they have not been forgotten, neither by you or by God. Well, many thanks, peace, blessings. See you tomorrow.